If you can start with a little presentation of yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Luician, I'm 17 years old, and I live in Olteni.
Did you ever live in Olteni or you moved here?
No, that's where I was born, and I lived here all my life.
Your family also?
Exactly.
Mm. Can you tell us where we are in general? Imagine to respond to someone that doesn't know anything.
Now we are in Olteni, the site of the school, in the park. This is the park from Olteni.
You bring us in this park, no? And the question is, why so is important for you this spot?
It was like the place where I get as a child. Every time I get out of school, I come here, I buy some snacks from the store, and this is the place where I spend a big part of my summer with my friends, and it is very important for me.
This place now, when you come here, did you remind you some memories or?
Of course, I have a lot of memories here. All the nights, all the jokes, all the funny things which happened here. Like as an example, we were playing hide and seek, and I had to run to the spot so I won't get to look for people, and I've been stumbling on that spot, on that stump, and I fell in the mud. And many more. She told me a lot of things about that. She told me that a lot less people than today. Everyone was much more strongly connected, everyone knew each other, and everyone was much more poor. They won't have roads, they won't have current water, they won't have electricity until the 60s, and everyone tried to help each other.
You told also before that the life in a village, in some way, uh, you like that kind of life. And if you have to choose between going and live in a big city or stay in a village, you said maybe you prefer stay in a situation like that. Why?
There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages about living in a city or living in a village. As an example, in a village, people are much more connected, and everything is more simpler, and more boring. In a city, we've got a lot of things to do, but everyone is much more dull and cold, and there's not that attachment to everyone. Because in a village, everyone knows everyone, and everyone helps everyone. But in a city, it's not like that. It depends, because the old people from the cities and the old people from the villages are very different. Sometimes the old people from the village are much more simpler, in their thinking, because they don't have a very great education, like 4 or 8 grades maximum. But somehow they are more kindly to you than the guys from the cities. They try to tell you, they try to learn new things from their lives and give examples, give fine stories, which are very captivating and fascinating.
Do you think that uh, this figure in a young person like you, for example, is important in his life?
Of course, they are very attached to young people, especially to their nephews. Every time when they go to them, they'll try to have a good relation with them, like giving them the gifts, talking to them, taking care of them.
Returning to your hobby, um, you also said that there was a friend of your father with a metal detector. Can you say something about that? When he meet him, if you make that kind of activities with him?
Before I bought the metal detector, I've been with him 2 times, and I saw him, and I liked that thing. And then I bought my metal detector, so I would do my hobby and learn new things and to try to satisfy my need for knowledge about history, or on a local or national or international scale.
You don't live in Olteni, but you pass a lot of time in Olteni. Can you say to us the kind of activities that maybe you do with your friend, or if there are other places in Olteni that reminds you good memories?
Well, some activities, just activities that you can do as teenagers, just listening music, buying some sodas to drink, talking about things, playing some sort of games like occasionally hide and seek and many others. And there are a lot of places which I have memories. On the football stadium, on the road in general, we are walking a lot, in between some stores, just staying at the store, talking to people, laughing and having a good time.
Your preferred place in Olteni, or in general in Teișani? Do you have one?
My mother's store, where I spend a lot of time with the guys who go there to drink, having some fun. Even the park, because here I spent a lot of time as a child with the guys, playing, looking at girls, and a lot of things.
Tell us a bit of your grandmother. You said you spent a lot of time with her, and a lot of young men spend a lot of time with your grandma. What's your relationship with your grandma?
She's like my second mother.
And you told also that in some way maybe he was an important figure for that developing you that hobby in the history.
Of
Why?
course, because when I was little and listening to her stories, and they were very fascinating. Just to learn about the past, about everything, their lifestyle, their eating habits, their games, their relationship between people at that time. And I wanted to discover more and more and more.
That's true. Well, thank you for everything. I think that I finished my question.
No problem. I really had
It's
fun.
gata?
Is it gata?
I saw that there is a black cat that goes on top of that and can be a nice b-roll.
Where?